Okay, so let's check out some of your pedals, man.
Let's do it.
I'm excited. We're hooked up through my normal rig, which is a Sir PT100 going into a 2-notes Torpedo Live.
Sorry.
No. Is that our clean sound?
That's clean.
Ooh, that's amazing. It sounds great.
That's it might just be these.
I think it's just you playing. Maybe it's that Les Paul.
Maybe.
Tell me about your Les Paul real quickly.
Mm-hmm. So when I was going to get engaged, I got my now wife a ring, and I said, I'm getting the guitar I want. So I took...
Wait, how's that work?
You just say, hey, listen, you're getting a really expensive diamond for your finger, and I want to get something I want to play and enjoy. So
Dang, I should have done that.
See? Went to Carter. I took a pile of money and a bunch of other guitars, and I played every 59 reissue and 58 at the shop and picked out this one. But
it's amazing.
But what's special about it is not only is it a great guitar, it has a great feeling neck, and it's really like a resonant guitar. I had the top refinished by Tom Murphy. I'd been lucky enough to make his acquaintance at Carter.
Is he the Tom Murphy that's like Murphy aged?
Yeah, it's the Tom Murphy that does all the painting and aging at Gibson.
So what pedals do you want to start showing me?
We can just go down the board here.
So we're the first thing that we're plugged into is the new one,
the High Road.
The High Road.
So the High Road is just a fuzz.
I love that.
So I wanted it to be fuzz facey.
Can I play?
Sure.
This is my damn show. I'm gonna play.
Take it. I'm gonna drink my Hint water.
This episode not sponsored by Hint. Ooh, sounds great. Rolled off.
Yeah, I wanted it because the Golden Fleece too, they clean up really well.
Yeah.
And a vintage fuzz face kind of gets a little brighter when you roll it back, which is cool. But this, I think, kind of retains the top end characteristic.
Oh yeah, look at that. Can I turn this knob a little bit?
You can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that note. That's the note. This is a B flat pedal.
It's got a B flat resonance.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it's just it and the Golden Fleece are one of those pedals that if you show up to a gig and you just want to play classic, just straightforward rock and roll, you just turn it on, you ride your volume.
Man, when can I get one of these?
Oh, soon.
What's the street price of this?
$149.
Great.
Yeah. That's the High Road. Moving on is the Argo, which is, like I said, a clone of the classic clean octave. No. Jason and the Argonauts, man. That's where I got the name. It has cleanish boost. It's a little hairy. Octafuzz, and then you can blend the clean signal and the fuzz.
So octave. This is like the Octafuzz.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Octavio kind of thing.
Does it work better on a specific pickup? Do you think?
On the neck, just.
I played this at the NAMM show.
All the fuzz and all with the clean blended out.
Oh, okay. So this is pure fuzz.
Pure fuzz.
So I have a question for you as a builder. What do you think? I've seen a couple pedal builders putting in a blend knob, like a clean blend knob. How do you think we should be using that as far as is it more of a choice whether you want the full effect, or do you think 50-50 is kind of a good thing?
I think it depends on what kind of effect it is, and how you're wanting to stack effects. But I would probably start everything all the way clean and try to dial it in on top of whatever sound you already have that you really like and you're wanting to add that thing on top. You start with it all clean.
The clean signal is adding a little bit of definition to whatever you're playing, right?
Well, it depends on the circuit. This one is it's pretty woolly and it's got a lot of throatiness even with the fuzz all the way out. And it's still a little in there. It's not pure clean. This is a rudimentary style blend circuit.
Okay.
But when you have it clean,
still hear
You
it.
can still hear it.
I like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I would like it totally out.
Right.
You know? I like to have that little...
So it retains the clarity.
Yeah, it's like more dynamic that way.
Because with the clean blended in on this, it's kind of like a green ringer. It's not, you don't hear as much of the fuzz. You hear just a little bit more of that octave jumping out.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works better probably with single coils, but you know.
I'll take one of those as well.
Okay.
This one
Making money.
Take all my money.
So this is the Mjolnir, the classic clone that I've been making for a while, but it's tweaked now.
Okay.
The original clones have a definite mid characteristic. They kind of have like a baseball bat to the face sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be a little bit flatter. It's still got a mid punch. Less gain, because no one uses a clone really as an overdrive anyway.
Yeah.
So it's tweaked, and the clipping stays a little smoother and doesn't get this fizzy fuzzy.
So the gain's down.
That's the gain all the way. It's pure clean, just pushed up.
Yeah. I dig that. It's very musical.
Yeah, and it responds like if we crank the gain a little bit here. And it'll clean up.
Do you prefer that type of circuit with a single coil or a humbucker type guitar? What do you think it sounds best with?
I mean, I try to test everything with every iteration, but honestly, I don't really have a proper single coil guitar.
Really?
I don't own one.
You need to get one.
I don't like them. So I test everything with either P90s or humbuckers.
Okay. Those are good guitar. Those are good pickups.
I have a PRS Vela, which has like it's a Dynasonic sort of neck thing, which is a single coil. It sounds really good.
Yeah.
It sounds very stratty. Well, the thing about any S-style guitar, any Fender style guitar for me is not so much. I'm not crazy about single coil tone, but it's the scale length and because of my stupid hand.
Okay.
And
so you have a good
right, but like Les Paul sits at a very specific height, like where the neck is,
and where this cutaway is.
Yeah,
and everything.
it just kind of sits a little bit lower, maybe.
Okay.
And a Strat or a Tele or
I never realized. Yeah,
they're a little higher.
That. Yeah, because this cutaway puts it lower.
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
And it sits a little further this way.
Yes, exactly. So this is closer to you.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
So it's mainly a comfort thing.
I get you.
Because I've had so many Strats, I've had so many Teles, and I just they get uncomfortable for me.
Yeah. I think you should get a Les Paul and just put 3 Strat pickups in it.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I think I would be really embarrassed to even show that I have it. But yeah, so that's the Mjolnir is really, in my opinion, designed to hit something that's already a little bit driven.
Right.
It's fine to a clean it, but I think hitting something with a little bit of push, it just pushes it over.
Would
the cliff.
you suggest putting that before another dirt pedal?
And we can do that with one of these too.
So the next one is?
The next one is the Runestone, and this is a pedal that I was making exclusively for Riff City guitar. Mm-hmm. But now Andertons in the UK has them too. So they're the only 2 people that have them. It's based off the Marshall Bluesbreaker circuit,
which is a great
pedal, but has a lot of shortcomings. Do not spend crazy money on a vintage Marshall Bluesbreaker pedal.
Yeah, the
amps are great, but the pedal is not really that good.
Yeah, but there's sort of like a mystique, like
you just have to turn them all the way up.
Yeah.
So I tried to remedy the foibles. So a little bit flatter EQ.
It's very amp-like
compared
to the pedal.
I wanted it to have the Marshall-y kind of amp response too, but still, it's still based off that pedal circuit.
Yeah.
So. Gibson's birthday.
Exactly.
Hey.
Happy 74th. I like that one too.
Yeah. A lot of times I look at what I make and I'm like, damn, all I make is overdrives.
But the thing is, like, they're all kind of, and I'm not a super like tone geek. Like, I can barely tell the difference between certain things, but like all of these pedals have certain distinctive characteristics.
Yeah.
It's not just like a bunch of Tube Screamer style pedals.
Right.
They're all very different, you know?
Especially in this row.
Yeah. Cool.
And then jumping up here, we have the pedal that you know and you love.
Yes.
So Octa Cabra it uses a chip that's not really designed for audio. It's kind of like it's a hex inverter chip. It's this weird chip that has been in a few classic like fuzz pedal designs.
So it's not designed for audio. What would it be designed for? Like a computer? Or something?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's
That's
just like
crazy.
It's really strange, but it sounds great as an audio chip in a weird kind of way. Just like the Rats chip is not really made for audio. It's really crappy. But I wanted this to sound like the first 5 or so ZZ Top records. So with the gain all the way down, it's kind of a tweed, and then you crank it up and it sounds like an amp really getting pushed and then dying, kind of thing. That was the idea. So that's all the way down.
That sounds. I don't think I've ever used it all the way down, but now I'm going to.
Yeah.
It's very tweedy.
And it has a lot of output.
So the volume is a little past noon.
Yeah.
It's very woolly. It's like a woolly overdrive, and then as soon as you hit the gain more,
You kind of. I wanted it to sound kind of like a Tweed Deluxe starting to fall apart.
yeah,
You know, like a 5e3 when like it's really starting to die.
I like it when it dies.
Yeah.
Is that all the way?
Oh, you can get it all the way.
That's sick. Like, that sound is very satisfying. The way that the overtones and the harmonics, just like
It's
it
noisy.
resonates.
It's a little hissy.
It's
But that's that's kind of the only way
nature
it
of a
can make
fuzz.
it work.
That's-
Yeah.
I dig that.
It's fun. Like every time I make one and I test it and I actually sit down, because most of the time I'm like, does it work? Okay, it works.
Yeah.
Does it work? Okay.
You actually sit down and play.
I usually will play
riffs.
these. Yeah, these and then like the little fuzzes.
You just bust out all your Billy Gibbons riffs.
All 5 of them. Moving right along, we have the Wildwood Mjolnir, which is more of a one-to-one replica of what the classic Klon is that I make for Wildwood, and it's a little sweeter. It's a little bit more compressed, has more mids.
Okay,
it's got a little bit more gain than this, but it's different.
So now, like when I remember what the Klon sounded like, that sounds exactly and feels like
it's as close as I can get.
Yep.
But like, using it as the booster is like the way to go.
That's what most people do, right?
Yeah.
I like that push extra edge of breakup.
That's it.
Awesome.
And then you know this
I know
one.
that one. I use that all the time. Let's hear it though, because
Sure. So
ooh, I like that. I always keep the bass down. Maybe it's because I don't use it enough with a cool Les Paul like this.
One thing cool about the bass knob on the Herculean is it's in this part of the circuit that when you increase the bass, it's actually clipping more of the low end, so it creates more of like a distortion feel for the lower register.
Yeah, that's
so
what I like, because it's more what's the word? It just interacts with the circuit,
right?
You know, it's just not adding an extra frequency.
It is, yeah. It's fattening up part of where it clips in the circuit, so it actually, like I said, it starts to distort the low end, and so the distortion kind of feels different.
Yeah, that almost makes it more ampy.
Mm-hmm. And when you turn both the bass and the clarity all the way down, then you're getting kind of tube screamer.
Yeah, that kind of like really compressed. What's your favorite setting on that pedal?
I usually run it kind of like that.
Okay.
It's more as a booster. Or maybe have a little bit more clarity.
That's okay. That's my sound.
Yeah.
That's my. It also depends on my guitar. I love all these pedals, dude. Wait, can you just leave this here for like forever?
You know, it's funny. People ask me all the time, like, "What's your pedal board look like?" I'm like, "Well, it just looks like this. Like, I don't have a gig." You know, what are you talking about? I'm busy. But,
dude, I really appreciate this, man. This was a fun hang. Zach from Mythos Pedals. I'll put all of his links down in the description below. If you guys have any comments, questions, put them down there as well.
Unless they're mean.
Oh, no, unless they're mean. No, put them. I don't care. If it's a free country, free speech. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. And take us out. What are you going to say? You got a joke?
Guy walks into a guitar store and he says this. The guy behind the counter says 4 or 5 string.
That was great.
That's awesome.
And if you'd like to see more of these types of videos, gear demos, tone tips, and tutorials, click that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.